The quiet shift that made money feel tighter, and nobody told us this. A lot of people feel like money doesn't go as far as it used to, not because they're reckless, not because they don't work hard, and not because they suddenly forgot how to budget. A lot of people sense this shift, but most explanations stop at headlines or numbers. What's missing is a plain language explanation of what actually changed underneath and why it feels the way it does. It's been discussed in fragments, but not often in a way that actually connects the experience to what changed underneath. Something shifted quietly. There was no announcement, no clear moment where everything changed. But over time, money started to feel tighter, even for people doing everything right. Today, I want to talk about the quiet shift that made money feel tighter and what actually changed underneath the surface. This isn't just about prices. When people talk about money feeling tight, the first explanation is usually inflation. And yes, prices went up, but inflation alone doesn't explain why. People earning more still feel strained. Six figures no longer feel secure. Financial stress shows up earlier and lasts longer. The real shift wasn't just higher prices, it was where pressure moved. One quiet shift is that many things that used to be optional became required. Things like reliable technology, faster internet, newer devices, constant connectivity, subscription-based services. Years ago, these were conveniences. Now they're infrastructure. You don't just choose them. You need them to function, work, apply, communicate, and stay competitive. That changes how money feels. Risk moved from systems to individuals. Another quiet shift is where risk lives. In the past, more risk was carried by employers, institutions, long-term structures. Over time, that risk shifted onto individuals. Now people are expected to manage healthcare uncertainty, retirement planning, career instability, constant skill updating, gaps between jobs. Even when income stays the same, mental load increases. And mental load makes money feel tighter because money is now responsible for cushioning more uncertainty. Here's a line that explains a lot. Stability itself became more expensive. Housing, healthcare, childcare, education, these aren't luxuries, they're foundations. When foundational costs rise faster than income, money stops feeling flexible. There's less margin, less room for error, less ability to recover from surprises. That doesn't mean people are bad with money. It means the floor moved up. Money is now paying for peace. Another quiet change is psychological. Money used to represent progress. Now it often represents protection. People aren't just spending to enjoy, they're spending to reduce stress, prevent disruption, avoid emergencies, buy time, maintain normalcy. When money's job changes, the emotional relationship changes too. It starts to feel like money disappears faster because it's working harder. Why this makes people question themselves. This shift is quiet, which makes it dangerous. Because when people don't see the system change, they assume they changed. They think, I must be doing something wrong. I should feel more secure by now. Other people seem fine, why don't I? But feeling squeezed isn't a personal failure. It's a structural experience that many people are having privately. So if money feels tighter than it should, here's the reframe. You're not imagining it, and you're not alone. The quiet shift wasn't about effort. It was about responsibility, risk, and stability, quietly moving on to individuals. Understanding that doesn't solve everything, but it does replace self-blame with clarity. And clarity is often the first relief people feel in a long time. What the quiet shift actually is. In one sentence, money started carrying more responsibility for stability, risk, and peace without income increasing at the same rate. That's the shift. And once you see it, a lot of confusion suddenly makes sense. Money didn't get smaller. The job it has to do got bigger. The shift was quiet, but the impact wasn't. Understanding the shift changes how you carry it.